Permission to record. Okay, so let us now proceed to our third presenter. No, our presenter is Sir Kenneth Michael Ahok, no, who will discuss operating system architecture, focus on system calls, kernel mode, user mode, interrupts, and device drivers. So this topic bring us deeper into the actual interaction between application, the operating system, and hardware. No, one important concept to remember before the presentation is the distinction between user mode and kernel mode. Application kasi normally operate with restricted privileges in user mode. Whenever they require services involving protected resources, they communicate with the operating system through mechanisms such as system calls. So at the same time, interrupts allows the processor to respond to events while device drivers provide the necessary communication between the operating system and hardware devices. As you listen, consider this question. Why would it be dangerous if every application were allowed unrestricted access to kernel level operations and hardware resources? Okay, Sir Kenneth, the floor is yours. You may now begin your presentation. Good luck po.
Okay po. So, rinig po lahat po boses ko po, clear and loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po. So, okay, good morning, everyone. Today, I will presenting our topic, operating system architecture, system calls, kernel mode, user mode, interrupts, and device drivers. So, let me introduce our next slide is, here are the learning objectives is that illustrate the basic building blocks of operating system architecture. What is the difference between kernel mode and user mode? System calls connect applications to services that operating system offers. Take a walk through how that works. Interrupts are mechanism by which the operating system OS responds to events. Explain the role of device drivers in hardware communication. Consider these components work together in an actual computing environment. So next is what is operating system? Operating system is the organization of software components that managing hardware and provides services to application. It establishes control communication between applications, the operating system, and hardware. It emphasizes protection, resources, management, reliability, and efficiency communication. So here are the examples is that an operating system or OS is the main system softwares that manage the computer's hardware and provide services to applications. So here are the examples of when the open a Google Chrome, save a document connected to a Wi-Fi or print something, the operating system is working in the background to manage these activities. So we can simplify, think of an operating system as a middle layer between applications and computer hardware. So this is a simple idea. Chrome is an application. Windows, Linux, macOS is an operating system. CPU, RAM, Wi-Fi, screen hardware. So here are the examples of the what is operating system. So the next slide is, if you can see the models I made this. The first one is that application it is a program that the user interacts with to perform a task. And the second one is system calls a request made by an application to the operating system for a service. And the third one is kernel, the core part of the operating system that manages the computer's resources and performs privileges operations. And the fourth one is software that allows the operating system to communicate with the specific hard devices. And the fifth one is the hardware, the physical components of the computer that performs the actual operations. So here are the examples the application. The first one, the application of the example is Microsoft, Google, Chrome, and Spotify. And the second example of system call is the Microsoft when the OS to open or save a file. And the third example of kernel mode is CPU, memory, files, and hardware access. And the fourth example of device drivers is printer driver allows the OS to communicate with the printer. And the last one is the hardware. The example is SSD, printer, keyboard, GPU, network card. So the next slide is the user mode. So the user mode is the restricted execution environment where ordinary application run. It limits direct access to sensitive system resources. So here are the examples of user mode is when browser Word, web browsers, word processor, games, and media players. Here the purpose of the user mode is protect the operating system from application errors and unauthorized access. So based on my idea is the user mode is a normal application. And when you use the Microsoft Word, Google Chrome, or a game or a media player, these programs generally run in the user mode. So this is our important things about the user mode is that applications have limited privileges. So we don't want every application to have complete access to our computer. For example, imagine in a simple game could directly modify the memory being used by Windows, so could cause serious problems. So here the last example is user mode is the limit and control access or a customer in a bank. So the next one is the kernel mode. So the kernel mode is a privileged execution environment used by the operating system and other trust components. So here the real responsibles of the kernel mode is first is that manage processing, sorry, my voice. First one is manage process and CPU time. The second one is manage memory. Third one is handle an IO and interrupts. The fourth one is communicate with hardware. The fifth one is enforce system protection. So here are the examples of the kernel mode is CPU, memory, process, storage, and hardware. It's like the ordinary application that the kernel can perform operations that user mode applications are not allowed to perform. However, because the kernel mode has a lot of privilege problems, here can be serious. So that's a normal application may only crash that applications, but serious kernel problems can potentially affect the entire system. So here the example is the kernel mode is it is privileged access. So the next one is here's the example of the user mode and versus kernel mode. As you can see the table that the aspects of privilege, hardware access, typical code, and failure impact. So here the difference of user mode and kernel mode. The user mode has a limited in the privilege, the restricted of hardware access, typical code, there are applications, usually isolated in failure impact here in the user mode. And the next one is the kernel mode is high privileges, direct privilege, kernel and trust components can affect the whole system. So the next one is the system calls. A system call is controlled mechanism through which a program requested a service from the operating system. System calls are the main interface between an application program and the operating system. They allow programs running in user mode to request services from the kernel, which operates in the more privileged kernel mode. So for based on my idea is for application to request a service from the operating system so that when application needs something that requires operating system privileges. So for example of the system call is if an application wants to open or read a file, request the operating system to perform the operation or application of Microsoft Word cannot simplify access the SSD by itself. It requests the operating system to access file. In the simple terms is a system calls is an application request to the operating system. So the next slide is how a system calls works. First one is application request a service. I'm so sorry. Number two is system call interface transfer control. Third one is kernel validates and process requests. Number four is OS drivers access required resources. Number five is result returns to the application. So here are the examples of the system calls operations. The first one is the file IO. The second one is process management memory. Third one is memory. The fourth one is communication. The fifth one is device accesses. So here the example of the operating system can provide service of file management, process management, and memory management and communication. So it is a simplified can open a file can involve operating system services. So the next one is interrupts. So what is an interrupt? An interrupt is a signal that tells that CPU that can events needs immediate attention. So here are the examples on interrupts. The first one is keyboard input, mouse active. Third one is network packet arrival. Fourth one is this INO completion. And the last one is time events. So here are the examples of interrupt. When we press a keyboard on the keyboard can generate an interrupt. So the processor receives that signal and the operating system handles the event. So the last example is can be storage device notify the system that an operation has completed. So the next slide is how interrupt works. So the first one is a device or system event occurs. Number two is an interrupt signal is delivered to the processor. The third is the CPU transfers control to an appropriate handler. Fourth, the operating systems process the event. Fifth, normal execution resumes. So what does that mean? For example, the hardware sends an interrupt signal to the processor. The processor receives a signal and temporarily handles the event. The operating system processes the event and the processor continues its previous work. So the next one is the difference of the system calls and interruptions. As you can see, the examples here, the difference of system calls and interruptions. The system calls can software application requests. Second one is request an OS service. Third is read a file. Fourth is program intentionally request services. Here are the examples of system call. So in the interrupt is that hardware or system event notify CPUs and OS of an event. Keyboard interrupts arise event cause attention to be handled. So here the difference of system calls and versus interruptions. And the next one is the device drivers. So what is a device driver? It's a software that enables the operating system to communicate with a specific type of hardware. So here are the examples of the device drivers. Printer drivers, graphics GPU drivers, network adapters, audio drivers, storage drivers, and USB drivers. So here are the examples of the device drivers. Printer drivers, when we connect a printer to our computer, the operating system needs the right driver to communicate with it. So if without the correct driver, the printer might not work properly or some of its features might not be available. So here are the examples of drivers. So what is the role of a device driver? Acts as an interface between the OS and the hardware's device. Number two, translate operating system requests into device-specific operations. Third is handle device configuration, communication, and often interrupts. Allows the OS to support many different hardware device without every application knowing hardware specific details. So that means that the the operating system sends a request to the driver. The driver then translates that request into instruction that the hardware can understand. So the last one is the hardware performs the operations. So the next is that how the five concepts work together. So the first one is that application is a user mode. Second one is that system calls that's controlled requests. The third one is kernel that controls privileges OS. And the fourth one is that device driver, which is the hardware interface. The last one is hardware, which is the device. So that's the examples how the five concepts that hardware can generates an interrupt, kernel handles the event, result is returned to the application. So the next one is in real world example on opening a file. First one is you double click a document. Second one is the application requests file access through the OS. Third is a system call API that enters the OS service layer. The kernel works with the file system and storage driver. Fifth one is the storage device retrieves data. The sixth one is the OS receives, completes the IO and provides the data to the application. So the next one is the real-world example of the printing, the device. First one is application sent a print request. System calls OS services request printing through the operating system. The third one is coordinates the privilege operations. Fourth is that the printer driver translate the request into printer specific commands. The fifth one is printer hardware performs the physical printing. Lastly is interrupts can signal of other device events. So the example of the printing, let's say I'm using the Microsoft Word and I click. The application sends a request to the operating system. The operating system coordinates the printing operation. The printer can translate the request into commands that the printer understands. The printer receives those commands and prints the document. So the hardware events can also generate interrupts to notify the operating system that something happened. Here's a simple action like printing involves communication between the application operating system, drivers, and the hardware. So the next one is the industry application. So the first one is enterprise serves storage, networking, virtualization. Second one is cloud computing. It is a virtual machines, containers, IO, and management. Third one is embedded system, routers, applicants, automotive controllers. The fourth one is mobile device that's used for phones, sensors, cameras, and wireless device. Lastly, the real-time system. It means robotics, industrial control, time-sensitive workloads. So the next is that the current trends and emerging technologies. First is kernel and driver security, reducing the impact of vulnerabilities in privileged code. Second one is driver isolation and user mode drivers, moving suitable components outside the kernel for storage fault isolation. Third is virtualization and containers, abstract hardware and OS resources for scalable computing. The fourth one is high performance optimizing interrupt system calls and device communication for modern workloads. So the last one is specialized hardware. GPUs, accelerators, and smart device require increasingly sophisticated OS driver support. So here are the examples of the current trends. Operating system are continuously changed because computer hardware is also become more advantage. And the one important trend is better security for kernels and device drivers and drivers isolate and user device drivers. So next is that the advantage and limitations. Here are the advantages of our operating system. Advantages stronger protection through privilege separation. Second one is controlled access to resources. Third is efficient event handling through interrupts. Fourth, hardware abstraction through the drivers. The fifth one is better system organize and reliability. And here the limitation and risk. Kernel bugs can affect the entire system. Vulnerable drivers can create security risk. Mode transition and I/O add overhead. Drivers compatibility can be difficult. Complex hardware increase maintenance needs. So the next one is the critical analysis. The architecture balance performance, security reliability, and maintainability. Number two is more privileged code can provide direct and efficient access, but failures have greater consequences. Third one is more isolation can improve security in fault containment, but may introduce communication workhead. So here the next one is the key takeaways of our report is number one is user mode user modes protects the system by restricting ordinary application. Number two is kernel modes gives trust OS components the privileges needed to manage resources. Third one is the system calls provide a control path for application to request OS services. Interrupts allow the processor and OS to respond to important events. Fifth one is the device drivers connect the operating system to specific hardware. So here are the takeaways of our report. And the next one is, let's quick review. Why are the importance normally restricted to the user mode? Number two, what is the purpose of a system call? Number three, how is the interrupt different from a system calls? Number four is, why are the device drivers necessary? Fifth one is, what could happen if a kernel mode driver fails? So that is our quick review. And here are the reference. Okay, thank you and have a good day. Sir, tapos na pa.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Your topic is about inference.
Wait lang sir, lagay lang ako sa first slide para lang.
Okay.
Yes sir, ito pa.
Okay, so once again, thank you so much, Sir Kenneth, no, for your presentation, no, for that comprehensive presentation. One of the major takeaways from this topic is that, wait, okay, that system calls, of course, privilege levels, interrupts, and device drivers work together to ensure that application can use computer resources in a controlled, efficient, and secure manner. No? Although Users normally interact only with applications. Many operations such as opening a file, accessing a storage device, connecting to a network, or printing a document require the intervention of the operating system. Now, this mechanism provide the necessary bridge between application software and the underlying hardware. A very important concept here is the distinction between user mode and kernel mode. Application normally execute in a user mode when their access to critical system resources is restricted. The operating system kernel, on the other hand, operates in kernel mode and has much greater opportunity or authority over the processor, memory devices, and other hardware resources. And these operations, and actually, as I mentioned, there is much greater over the processor, memory device, and other hardware resources. So this separation serves as protective boundary, because if an application needs to perform a privileged operation, it cannot simply access the hardware directly, Instead, it makes a system call, requesting the operating system to perform the operation on its behalf, So this allow the operating system to verify whether the request is valid and authorized before executing it. We also need to understand the importance of interrupts and device drivers. The interrupts allow the processor to respond immediately to important events instead of continuously checking whether something has happened. Let's say, for example, when we press a key, receive data from the network, or complete a disk operation, an interrupt can signal the processor that an event requires attention. Device drivers, meanwhile, act as specialized interfaces between the operating system and specific hardware devices. Without the appropriate driver, the operating system may not know how to properly communicate with or control a particular printer, graphics card, network adapter, or other peripheral device. From the perspective of security and system stability, these mechanisms are extremely important. Imagine if every application installed on in our computer had unrestricted access to memory, storage, and hardware. A poorly designed application could accidentally modify critical system information, while malicious software could intentionally access sensitive data or take control of system resources. So through enforcing privilege levels and requiring application to access protected resources through controlled mechanism, the operating system minimizes this risk and isolate problems whenever possible. Therefore, the broader lesson from Sir Kenneth's topic is that this concept should not be viewed as separate technical features. System calls provide controlled requests, user and kernel modes establish privilege boundaries, interrupts enable timely responses to events, and device drivers facilitate communication with hardware. Together, they form an essential part of an operating system architecture and contribute directly to protection, reliability, efficiency, and security. As future IT professionals, we should understand not only what these mechanisms are, but also why they are necessary in designing secure and dependable computing system. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much to our presenter and good morning, everyone. Okay.